welcome back. I'm Erin, the 2 Martini Stitcher, both here on YouTube and Instagram, and this is my crafting channel about cross stitch and knitting and I don't know, anything else I feel like rambling about on any given week. So welcome back to everybody who's returning, and if you're new here, I hope you see something you like and want to hang around. Today is Tuesday, January 19th. Inauguration Day is tomorrow. I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm getting a little amped? And it's the evening. I really should have recorded yesterday on Monday, but having the husband off work and the kids off school really threw me off. Felt like Sunday all day, so I just didn't record. So cheers to having a short week. Since it is evening, we are having cross stitch happy hour together tonight, so that's fun. Tonight had a bottle of wine open that had been open for Becca's birthday celebration. My youngest had her birthday on Sunday. Well, not true. Her birthday was yesterday on the 18th, but we celebrated on Sunday evening and had a little wine left over. It's a lovely Oregon Pinot. So perfect. So a little happy hour. Cheers. All right, what's on the docket for this evening? I have all the things this week. Can you believe it? I have finishes, one of which is an FFO. What? Ooh, speaking of FFOs, I do believe that Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, and Julie, maybe, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, I think, have declared this coming weekend International Flosstube FFO weekend. Cheers. And it's 24 hours of cross stitch. So maybe some of the 24 hours of cross stitching this weekend can be spent FFOing. I know I have a stack of stuff. My youngest, Becca, was giving me a hard time about it. How much stuff I have that I've finished stitching but needs to be fully finished. For those of you who are new here, we love our acronyms. So an FFO is a fully finished object. Want to see one? We'll start with finishes. Ooh, we'll start with muting notifications. Okay, we'll start with finishes. How about that? I had been picking away at here and there and finally finished, when did I finish it? Last Wednesday. So almost a week ago, I fully finished this piece, Alicia's Olives, which is hashtag Pimento Loaf Sal. Michelle started hers. I know Annie Joyful Stitcher is on board. So if you are a Patreon of Tracy Horner Ink Circles, this is a Patreon gift chart. They're still stitching, so join on in. Hashtag Pimento Loaf Sal. My pimento loaf is done, and it doesn't quite look like pimento loaf. Here's mine. So it's all finished. So this is a finished cross stitch. There we go. I did mine in kind of wintry colors because I would like to, I have an Ort jar with a little pin cushion top, and the one I have on there that I finished last fall is very fall colored, which actually goes with my decor, so I could leave it all year, but when I saw this, I just thought it'd be really fun to do this in different, maybe seasonal colors. So this is my winter version. Winter olive. So that is a finish. Still join in the Pimento Loaf Sal if you would like to stitch that. So that's a finish. Now, when you take a finished cross stitch that you've done all the stitching on and you turn it into something you can display, the top of an Ort jar, make it into a little pin pillow or frame it or whatever, when you have it now in a way that it can be displayed, it is an FFO, a fully finished object. And I have one of those too. I finished the stitching on this last Thursday. I finished stitching this last Thursday and I FFO'd it over the weekend. Are you ready? Da, 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 da. It's Hello Dear. All done. I'm so excited. And I got it all FFO'd. I did it just as a flat fold with some magnets on the back. So there's one layer of natural white batting on some mat board, and I taped it on there with stitchery tape, and glued a little bit of, this is Lady Dot Pom Pom in Robin's Blue. I think it's Robin's Egg. But I just thought it went perfect with the frosty look, and Hello Dear's all done. So this goes on kind of a magnetic organizer. It keeps keys and stuff in it in our kind of the pass through between our laundry and our kitchen. I had Hello Pumpkin up and now Hello Dear, all done. So maybe this will be my screen grab for once. It won't be crazy, maybe. I always try to pick the craziest ones, to be honest. So this is all done, and I'm so excited because I had really kind of had a goal in mind to finish this by the 25th. So this chart is by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I had the kit, so I did it with all the kit flosses and kit fabric, and I made a couple personalizations to it. I took off this little Robin Santa hat, or I just turned it into a little winter cap. And instead of a stack of presents here, I just did a little pine cone. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And now I'm all ready for the next Caterpillar Cross Stitch Stitch Along to start on the 25th, which is called Made to Create. It is a craft themed Stitch Along. And you can still get in. You can still get in. You can either buy a kit if you don't want to start right on the 25th, or it's charted in all DMC. You could kit it up yourself. The kit has a neutral fabric. I should have brought it up so you could see the beautiful color palette. It's going to be bright. It's going to be fun. And if you want to get in on it, the links are below in the description box for where to buy the Made to Create. And if you use Martini 10, you get a discount. Cheers to discount. So now I'm all ready to start that on the 25th. So that was a pretty big stitching week. Finish, FFOs. I'm gonna move that stuff over there. So on to whips, works in progress. What else did I work on last week that isn't finished yet? First thing I worked on was full coverage. My full coverage project for the week was Harry Potter book covers. Let me pull the cover photo, because it's been a while since we've seen this one. I was so happy to have it back out. So this is Harry Potter book covers by Fox and Teacup Design. I'm doing the US covers in the supersize max color version, which the supersize max color version is kind of the same size and number of colors as a normal size Hade Heaven and Earth design. So I think there's like 85 or 90 colors in this. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. I have been working up at the top of book 3, and this is where I got to. So I got some good progress this week because I was kind of up here, and I got this whole part filled in, and now I'm working my way down here where you can kind of see where it's a slice of Prisoner of Azkaban. And then we'll move in down here to Harry's leg all the way through the bottom. So that is the progress on Harry Potter book covers. I'm stitching this on 18 count easy count Aida with 2 strands full cross. So that's how I'm stitching. That's how I'm stitching that guy. All right. So I worked on that throughout the week. On the 12th, on what day was the 12th? Tuesday. On Tuesday the 12th, I pulled out Crosses of the Kingdom. I try to work on this on the 12th of every month. It's going to be a gift, an anniversary gift for my parents. And their anniversary is on the 12th of the month, so that's why I work on it on the 12th. I'm doing this on 36 count white linen with anchor black and petite treasure braid. Instead of, it calls for light effects, but I'm using petite treasure braid PB40. And I'll show you where I got to. I got good progress on this, I felt like. There we go. I had this kind of started. I think I just had the circle. And so I got that all filled in, did this little one, did this one that's all black work backstitch, and then got a little bit of a start on this one over here. So pretty good progress on that for a day, I thought. And that's Crosses of the Kingdom. And say bye-bye. We'll see you next month. We'll see that one next month, hopefully on the 12th. Okay. Then on Friday, I started, along with a bunch of other people in the Facebook group, I started on Hands-On Design Let's Talk Winter. This is hashtag Chalk Talk. And there's a Hands-On Design Chalk Talk, hashtag Chalk Talk Sal, I think, Facebook group. I'll link it below. And they were all starting this. I had started autumn. Whenever they started that one, I feel like August or September maybe. And now I'm starting on winter. I do not have autumn done. It's all DMC. I am stitching this on 16 count. Yep, 16 count Ada from Be Stitch Me in Dirty Chalkboard. And I will show you my start. There it is. I actually did a little bit of work on on autumn. So there's my autumn. I started it, and I don't think I had touched it since I started, and I had this leaf done. So I put in this, just a strand here, to work my way all the way over to the edge of that chart, because I was pretty sure I could fit both of them across. So I did some measurement, and I knew it was going to be a little tight, but that's fine. I'll do these as a flat fold as well, so I'm not worried about having a ton of room for framing. But then I did want to work my way all the way across to make sure. So there is my start on Winter Chalk Talk. Using the little adorable needle minder from the fall stitching box from Black Needle Society, Sweater Weather. Speaking of Black Needle Society, my very first January subscription box has gotten stuck somewhere in Kansas City. Wah, wah. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen unboxing videos. I will be doing mine as soon as it gets here. I have been almost not watching Flosstube because I do not want the box spoiled for me. I want you all to see my honest unboxing reaction because I am a rep. So if you've watched other unboxings and you love it and you've been thinking, I kind of want one of those subscriptions, go get one. I've heard that it's epic. I can't wait to see it. And I do have a code Martini5. So if you are a new subscriber, you can use my code Martini5 on the box-to-box subscription. If you sign up for a 3 or 6 month subscription box, the discount is already kind of built in. But if you're a new subscriber doing a box-to-box subscription, Martini5 will get you a discount. And hopefully mine will eventually work its way out of Kansas City and get here, and then I can do an unboxing video for everybody. Okay. So that was Winter Chalk Talk. Oh, what's next? Saturday, the 16th, was our Quirky Quaker Sal. It was so fun. So if you hadn't heard, I was hosting a stitch along for Deanna Darling and Whimsy. Has a series of, she has 6 so far, maybe 7. There's some new releases coming. I've seen sneak peeks, so I try not to talk about which ones there are out because I might mix it up. They're adorable. And on my channel member Stitchy Meetup on Saturday, a bunch of us started a Quirky Quaker together and we worked on them, and a bunch of us got them finished. I saw so many. These are the best charts if you want a quick little finish because they will start and finish in just a few hours and are fantastic. They're so fun to stitch, so fun. So I started, my first one was the puffin. Actually, this was a finish. I should have included this in finishes. I had 3 finishes last week, y'all. 3. Who even am I? So this is the puffin. I am going to be doing a whole bunch of them all together on one piece of fabric. So I'm planning on doing, I think, 4 across. Yeah, that looks right. 4 across. And this is a piece of 28 count R&R in the colorway Abecedarian. I stitched the puffin in Gentle Arts Deep Blue Sea. I think, is it in here? Oh, it is, look. Deep Sea. Gentle Arts Deep Sea. I love him. I love him. So there's I saw so many people stitching the fox. Now I want to stitch the fox next. But there's also a fun fishbone one. There's a reindeer, a bat, an adorable hedgehog. Her lovebirds just came out that are so cute. So go get yourself some Quirky Quakers and join the stitch along. Plenty of time because I'm going to be stitching a whole bunch more of them. So if you didn't get started on Saturday, no worries. I will link Deanna's Etsy shop below and you can go grab yourself some Quirky Quakers and get going. Get going with us because they are the most satisfying little stitches. Most satisfying little stitches. If you need a little extra credit for Stitch from Stash, that'd be a quick finish. Okay. Since I had 3 finishes and that was a start and finish, I also decided on Saturday that I deserved myself a new start. Because of course I did. And I've had this kitted up, not very long, but a little bit. And I just decided I didn't want to wait to start it. So I started, it's from Just Cross Stitch, the February issue, which is still out. I mean, it's the February issue. You can go to Barnes & Noble or probably Joann's or somewhere and get it. But in here, there's a lot of great charts in here. There's a couple Autumn Lane charts. There's another really adorable little chart. Okay, I'm not going to do a flip through, but this is the one that I couldn't wait to start. It's by Barbara Anna, called Winter Stitching. I mean, you know, I'm a sucker for something seasonal. Look, she has a pincushion hat. And I love all things Barbara Anna. So I kitted this up last week and I was just itching to start it. And I was like, no, you have to finish Hello Dear first. And I finished a couple other things. I was like, it's time. It is time. I am stitching this on 32 count linen in sleet from Be Stitch Me. This was the December fabric of the month. And this remarkably is charted in Gentle Arts. Gentle Arts? Yes. Which was kind of odd to me because Barbara Anna almost always charts in DMC. There is a DMC conversion. I think it would be beautiful in just the DMC. But when I was kitting up, I happened to have almost all of the Gentle Arts in stash, so I went with it. So here are the colors. These are all called for except it called for Weathered Barn, which I did have, but it was in knee high. And I have this Victorian motto in Autumn Splendor that is almost a dead-on match. So I'm using that instead of Weathered Barn, but all the rest is called for, oh, I lied. It calls for Onyx, which I didn't have, so I'm using Espresso Bean because the DMC is 3799. Barbara Anna uses a lot of 3799, and I thought the Espresso Bean would just be nice. You ready to see where I got to? I got a good start on this, I thought. I started up at the top left, and then decided, oh, maybe I'll just do the whole frame first. So there's my start. I worked my way across here and started down. Then I was like, maybe I'll do the whole frame first, which I didn't get all the way around, but that's a good start. I thought, and I really like it on this fabric. Even that light bluish gray, I think looks great. And fun needle minder, also from Black Needle Society. This was from the Nice List. So that is Winter Stitching, which I started on Saturday. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. Was that it? I think that's it. That's everything I worked on last week, cross-stitch wise. I do have some knitting to show. I worked a tiny, tiny little bit on my very Brady cowl, but not enough to bother to show, but I did work on that, but mainly I was working on socks. Because I got some yarn in that Becca had picked out for, she decided she wanted just plain brown for her first pair of socks that I was going to stitch for her. So that came in, but I wanted to get, can you all hear that? There's coyotes howling, and it's making all the neighborhood dogs go nuts. This is definitely coyotes howling. Okay, I decided that I really wanted to get at least one of my socks fully finished so I could see how the fit was, have her try them on because she kind of has a wider foot like I do. So I got to move on, and I finished one of my socks. I didn't do a very tall leg because I don't like way tall. I have a calf that goes like this. So I don't like way tall socks anyway. So I just did a short little leg. So they're a little bit above the ankle and done. I do have to say the cuff is a little loose. I used Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off, and you can see it kind of flares out. Cece, who's Java Pearl Designs, Cece Java Pearl on Instagram. She is my knitting guru, and this was her pattern, the vanilla cappuccino socks. This is her pattern. I knit it toe up. I pinged her and she said, oh, might just take a little bit more practice on the 9-inch circulars or go down a needle size. So I've ordered a smaller needle. They fit, they're fine, it's just a little loose. So you can see I clearly need to weave an end and wash it, but it's a sock and it fits. It totally fits me. So exciting. So I've started working up the leg of the other one. We'll see. What do we think? Should I do the cuff the exact same way? Or should I try smaller needles? It seems weird that then maybe they wouldn't fit the same. Maybe I should leave them both kind of loose. I don't know. So I started working up there. And then, since I had one finished and tried it on, and Becca tried it on, and it fit her perfect through the toe. Pretty good through the foot. It's a little long because I have a bigger foot. As you can see, I have a huge old foot. I'm not that tall, but I wear size 11. She wears a 9.5, so hers will be a little shorter, but I just really wanted to see how the toe fit and the heel. And it was huge gapy in the leg for her because she's got these skinny little ankles. So I think I'm gonna have to do some decreases on the leg after I finish her heel because she's got skinny little ankles. Slightly wider foot, skinny little ankles. But I cast on her toe and got the toe increases all done. So there we go, the beginning of my second pair of socks. And I don't know that she's decided what pattern she wants on them. I'm gonna try a pattern since it's just a plain yarn. This is I'll find it's Knit Picks. It's a Knit Picks yarn in, not that one. Is this it? Nope. Find the right wrapper. This is it. It's Stroll Fingering Weight in Grizzly Heather. So that's what she picked. So I'm going to do some kind of pattern on this one. And it's either going to be the Hermione Everyday Socks, or Cece has one that she really likes. It's called Chai Latte. That one is written for striped yarn. So you switch the pattern after every stripe, but I figured I could just switch the pattern after every like 6 or 8 rounds. So, but there's the beginning of Becca's socks. She's so excited. So excited. And I wanted to have them cast on for her birthday. So, yay! Sock knitting success. And I will say, I am so glad that this one is already this far, because if I finished this and this was not started, I would have one sock. For sure, for sure. So doing them kind of together, for me is definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go. So that is the sock knitting progress for all of you expert knitters that have been cheering me on and helping me and giving me tips. That's how it's going. Let me know if you have any other tips or suggestions for getting that cuff not as loose, other than going down a needle size. Do I need to go down 2 needle sizes? I can. I've been knitting those on 1.5. US 1.5. What are they? Hiya Sharps, little 9-inch. So I do the toe magic loop, and then I switch to the little 9-inch Hiya Sharp and did the rest of the sock on those. So do I just need more practice on keeping ribbing tight on the 9-inch circulars? Should I switch it back to magic loop? That makes me nervous. I don't know why. Just go down a couple needle sizes, 1 or 2. Let me know. Let me know. All right, that is all I have for knitting and cross stitch whip. So plans. What are my plans for this coming week? Okay, so still doing Choose My Whip. I put up against each other for this week Zimmerman coverlet, which is one of my Whip Go pieces. I really need to get working on that at some point. And Pandemic. Pandemic was the winner. I just decided to throw Pandemic in there because it was my New Year, New Start. I only worked on it the one day, and I kind of thought it'd be nice to get a little more in that this month. So Pandemic was the winner, so I'm going to be working on Pandemic this week. Oh, I didn't bring it up to show. I'll show it next week. It's fine. Yesterday on the 18th, I worked on Stars Bright for my anniversary. Tomorrow, there will be many new starts next week to show, I believe. Well, at least a couple new starts. Tomorrow for Inauguration Day, I am starting Oh Joyous Day cross stitch. I'm starting one of each. I'm starting a cross stitch project and a knitting project. So I'm starting Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs, and I will be casting on the Inauguration Celebration Shawl by Casapinka. So those 2 projects are getting started. And then what else do I have going on? Saturday is the 23rd, so I'll be working on Letters for Mom. So, and Farewell to Anchor is back out. I haven't put any stitches in it yet this week, but I will. So Farewell to Anchor, Pandemic, New Starts, Letters for Mom, and I may try to get the bee in on the Christmas sampler for Alpha My Bet. So those are the plans. Also just gonna keep on working on socks and the cowl for knitting. Just whatever calls to me on the knitting is what I pick up and work on. But I definitely don't want the socks, Becca socks, to take terribly, terribly long. So I'll work a little bit of mine on a little bit on hers and go back and forth. And then in the future, I'll probably only have 1 pair of socks going at a time. So that's plans. Am I talking really fast? I feel like I'm flying through over this week. That's okay. That's all right. I had quite a bit of mail show up, so now we might get to the long part. Okay, let me grab my bag. I may have been stress shopping a little bit, and things are starting to show up. I have some knitting things and some cross stitch things. So let's do some stash acquisition. All right, so the first thing that showed up was some yarn. These aren't anywhere. The first thing I'm grabbing out of the bag is some yarn. There is a maker, Darcy, I don't know her last name. She's Darcy Does Stuff, I believe, on Instagram. I will link her below. And she curates these boxes called Fiber in Color. And I didn't grab one of her January boxes. I don't think I found her until after they were already sold. But she curates boxes of yarn type things, fiber type things, you know, accoutrement and yarns and whatnot. And they are all makers of color. So she sources a subscription box. I don't know that it's really a subscription box, or she just sources the boxes and releases them individually. The January box had this amazing yarn in it, and the yarn in December went on pre-order to get just the yarn. And I had to get it. You'll see why. Wait till you see this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is by, do I have her card? No. Ugh, is her card not in here? Okay, this is her yarn, Sister Anais yarn by, I should learn how to pronounce her name. Nema Bond, I think. She's also an artist, just a full-on artist. Can you tell? She's a visual artist and she dyes yarn. And this was the yarn that was in the January, I think it was January, Fiber and Color box called Fireworks at Midnight. And so I didn't catch the box, but I was able to get a skein of this, and this is going to be a pair of socks for me, just vanilla socks, because they're amazing. Because look at that, it's amazing. So I will link her shop below because she has some more amazing, fantastic, beautiful colorways of yarn that you can get. So I don't think that she has any more of this, although she might do another pre-order for it, who knows. Okay, so that's the first thing that came. I also got a package from Forbidden Fiber. Oh, here it is. Which is actually cross-stitch stuff, not yarn. So I watched with envy. I will not lie. I watched with envy as everybody who bought either of her advent boxes from Forbidden Fiber, either yarn or cross-stitch, as they opened them, because they were fantastic. She had extra kits from the cross-stitch box. I don't know if they're still available, but I'll link Forbidden Fiber Co below. And when I saw them go up, I snapped them up because this is the amazingness that was in that box, in case you did not see it. Crowned Winter by Bendy Stitchy. So in the box, I think you opened a piece of the chart and a floss like every other day. And then there were, of course, other amazing goodies. But the kit that she had on her website was for the chart. The fabric that she dyed for it, this is called Winter Sparrow, and I got a 32 count in Winter Sparrow, which is the called for Crowned Winter. And then the floss set. Look at this. Look how good these are. When I saw everybody stitching with these, look at this one. Hello. Yeah. I couldn't resist when I saw she had extras because it's so good. It's so good. I love the verse on this chart. It says, "O winter, ruler of the inverted year, I crown thee king." And look, there's a squirrel holding a crown. Yes. Yes, there is. Love it. Okay. So that was the first thing I got. And then she also had this set that I have been eyeing for months, and she still had. So I could resist no more. We all know Quaker Pumpkins by the amazing Liz Matthews. Yes, I did not have this chart yet, but so finally got this chart. I'll probably re-chart the words just because I'm more of a fall Thanksgiving person than Halloween person. But the reason I bought this from Forbidden Fiber is because she dyed her own floss pack for it. Are you ready for this? Hello. Look how beautiful that is. And she included a little, so this is all the week's dye works called for, and then the Forbidden Fiber conversion. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. That's amazing. And look at this beautiful black raven. I mean, I may leave the words off altogether, in which case I don't need that much raven, but can you go wrong with an overdyed black? No, you cannot. And this one, Majestic Mahogany. These are just so good. So good. So that's what came from Forbidden Fiber. Yarns are beautiful, and she's dyeing gorgeous flosses. I don't know if there's any fabric besides the Crowned Winter. I feel like that was maybe her first foray into dyeing fabric, but I'm all here for the yarn dyers, dyeing floss, and fabric. Yep. Okay, what else came? I also placed an order with Shakespeare's Peddler. I was looking for a particular piece of fabric. I know last week I had showed the fabric that I got from Fiberlicious that I thought maybe that I had bought for Pandemic 2020 sampler, and it was too small. Well, I had a piece in my stash that was a 32 count, but I loved the color of. That was a straight Zweigart color. So I went looking for it. Of course, Teresa had it. So that's what I went originally to her shop for. And I love that Teresa carries a lot of just the straight Zweigart colors. So I went and picked up this piece of 36 count dark cobblestone. So this is Zweigart dark cobblestone. That's what I'm going to put Pandemic sampler on. And then I also wanted to pick up, and I have been looking for some more 32 count opalescent white, because I don't think the sparkle's showing up. Y'all know what opalescent white looks like. That's what it is, 32 count opalescent white, because I had used this quite a bit over Christmas. Alicia's Olives is on this, my winter Alicia's Olives, and I found that I really like stitching wintry Christmas stuff on opalescent white. So I needed some more. So some more. Well, when you go to Teresa's shop, she has such a fantastic selection of linen. You have to browse the linen. And I got a couple more pieces. So the first one that called to me and jumped in my cart was a 36 count Rocky Mountain by XJew Designs. These are both actually XJew Designs. And this is the Rocky Mountain. Isn't that pretty? It's just an off-white with just little hints and splashes of gray. I love it. So pretty. My favorite neutral is gray. So that is really pretty. And then I also got a 36 count My Little Dove, which is another gray that kind of has like a bluish, purplish hint to it. But it's gray. My Little Dove. So I got a couple extra pieces of fabric, and then I picked up a few charts as well. She had some threads I needed. I mean, Teresa's shop is just fantastic. I got some roasted marshmallow. I think I need that for Winter Rose Manor. I also got some fragrant clothes, just because it's one of my favorite oranges, and I'm down to like a couple strands. And then I've been wanting to get this chart for a while, and it's a Shakespeare's Peddler, so I should probably buy a Shakespeare's Peddler. So I picked up Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler. I just really like the verse on it. It said, "And had I but 1 penny, thou shalt have it to buy gingerbread." It's just the cutest little Christmas sampler. So pick that up. So that was my order from Shakespeare's Peddler. I told you I've been on a bit of a shopping spree. What are you gonna do? It's either feast or famine with me. You notice I really didn't have a lot that came in over Flossmas, really. What else is in here? Oh, yep. I have my Color and Cotton fabric of the month. So if you are in the Color and Cotton fabric club and you haven't gotten yours yet, you might want to look away. Although I've had this for a while, it feels like. I get a neutral 32, and this is called Warm Sienna. Great neutral. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Can never go wrong with Color and Cotton fabric. Apparently this week was Fabric Week. And then the last thing that came was Shannon. She's Shannon Bromo on Instagram. Had a little D-stash. She did a little D-stash. I should never look at the D-stashes because I'm a sucker for a kit, and she was D-stashing some kits. So I fell for a couple of the Barbara Anna Nitka Moscow kits that I had not gotten when they first came out. So I bought her Scissor Girl and Coffee Girl. I be like, look how much stitching this is. Come on. But look how amazing she is. She's amazing. And the scissors. Oh, come on. I have no idea when I'll do those, but I have so many times regretted that I didn't buy them that I had to. Okay. Then she also had this little kit. This will stitch up quick. A little la-di-da, and it comes with all the stuffs to do it and finish it. And I just love the little saying. It says, kindred spirits of the thread, peace and love we hope to spread. Love that. So, you know, that looks like a pretty quick stitch. That's not that big. And then I grabbed this chart. Not a kit, just a chart. Stacy Nash, House on Pumpkin Hill Pin Keep. Because I love white pumpkins. And there's a house growing out of the pumpkin vine. Genius. So, and there's a lock. Anything locks, keys, pumpkins, I'm sold. Sold. Yeah. Okay. See, that made a little bit of stash. Okay, the last thing we have is giveaway. So last week, I was giving away this adorable little scissor fob kit. It was one of the round robin kits from Galleria last year that was virtual. So I'd ask you to say fob if you wanted it, and this goes to Converse87. Congratulations! You filled out the Google Happy Mail form already, so it is yours. I'm going to mail that to you probably tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's inauguration day. Thursday. So what's this week's giveaway? Well, I finished stitching Hello Dear, so I thought it would be the perfect time to give away the little something caterpillar cross stitch, the little needle minder. So I'm done using this adorable needle minder, and so I'm going to give it away. This came with my kit. You have to add it onto your kit, but Sally sent it to me. And listen, well, you can't even hear it. Like, it is, her needle minders are so good. They are so strong, so adorable. So this is the giveaway to this week. If you would like the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Needle Minder, you're going to use the word cardinal, because it's a little cardinal sitting on some holly. So use the word cardinal in your comment if you would like to be entered. Please make sure you are 18 and have filled out the Google Happy Mail form. It's one of the very first things in the description box. That way I have your address and can send you something if you win. Don't say giveaway. I'll delete your comment. So I think that's it for this week, y'all. Yeah, I have a mess around me, so I guess I must be done. Hope everyone is having a good week, or as my favorite ladies at Pantsuit Politics say, hope you're having the best week available to you. And I will be back here next week for more all of the things. Maybe more finishes? That seems unlikely. Finishes 2 weeks in a row, but maybe more FFOs. Maybe I will FFO some more things this weekend. And until then, cheers.